Hey, this is Jameson, the Smart Helper. Today I'm going to be doing an overview over the Kwikset Obsidian lock. It's going to be my review of it. To give you some background about this lock, it's actually the first keyless lock for Kwikset. It's a smart lock. So what that means is you can control it through your phone as well as make it voice activated through Alexa or Google Home. It does that by Z-Wave in this lock. It has won plenty of awards. It's priced right now about $220 for the Z-Wave version and about $120 for the not so smart version. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I look forward to hearing from your comments, your feedback. So please leave those on there if you have any, and let's get started. So what we'll be reviewing today is going to be the features and the level of difficulty it comes to installation and programming of this lock. We'll also hit on the pricing and the comparison with other locks like the Schlage and the Yale. So to start up is going to be the features. The first feature that we have is going to be the user codes. With the Kwikset Obsidian, you can actually create 30 user codes, which is just ridiculous. The Kwikset 914, you're able to create, I think, about 16 or 18. I have no idea why you would need 30 user codes, but you can do that here on the Kwikset Obsidian. So that's pretty cool, pretty exciting. The master code, that's new. That's something that you'll be able to have a little bit more security on your lock if you wanted, as well as dive a little bit deeper into those settings. It has an auto lock feature. That's going to be pretty similar to some of the locks you've seen in the past. The main difference with this is it's much easier to set up, the auto lock feature. And if you're not familiar with that, what that is if you close the door will automatically lock. That's what it is. It's great for kids. If they don't close the door all the way, you'll hear a beep and you know the door wasn't always closed. So that's a feature that we have. And then the last is actually new to Kwikset. It's going to be the two-prong system. So what I mean by that is on this lock, it's keyless, and on the bottom, there's two prongs. What those are for is in case of a lockout. If you forgot your, let's say that the batteries died on this lock, you'd actually be able to push a 12-volt battery up into that, turn the power on, and be able to type in your code and log in. So I think regardless the lock, if it's keyless, I think that's something that you have to have. I know the Yale has that, but that's a huge benefit for somebody who has a fear of lockouts, especially me. If you forget to change the batteries, hey, that might happen, and you want to have a 9-volt on hand. So that's one of the benefits of the features. Now, when it comes to the level of difficulty with installation and programming of this lock, it's actually fairly easy if you've installed a Kwikset before. The setup is exactly the same. The only difference that I really saw was with the width of the door. You actually have to have the correct screws when you're connecting like the front piece where you type in the code to what I call the skeleton piece or the skinny piece. Those screws have to be correct. I didn't do that correctly. They give you 3 different versions. I just went with the black one, but I should have went with the gold one. So that was something that I caught with the installation that gave me a little bit of trouble. That's new to Kwikset that I'd never came across before. I'd also say that the rehanding process is a little bit more difficult with this lock. What I mean by that is typically, so if you've never heard of rehanding before, with smart locks, you have to actually teach them which direction to go. They're not that smart. You got to teach them which way to go. And so typically what you do is you drop the battery and you hold the lock button, and that'll rehand a lock for you. But in this case, we weren't able to do that because there's no lock button to press. So you actually have to hold the program button. I have a video of it on my channel, but it's not that hard to do once you do it once, but it's something new. So that's at least something to mention with the installation process. But besides that, once I got it up and going, it was pretty easy. Maybe took me about 20-30 minutes to install this. So I'd say with the installation, not too bad, especially if you've done a Kwikset before, should be pretty easy for you. So to close, the pros of this lock is actually going to be the price. That $220 range is pretty good. You find the Yale is going to be more than that, and the Schlage is going to be less. That's going to be for Z-Wave locks. You'll see them right around that range. If it's not Z-Wave, it's still, this Obsidian's actually pretty comparable with the other smart locks. When it comes to keyless, it's a great price. The keyless lock for the Yale lock is, in the 230s, 240s. So it's a little bit below that. So definitely good on price, in my opinion, when it comes to locks. The negatives, the batteries go pretty fast in this. It comes with 4 AA batteries. I would strongly suggest not to use those. I did not in my case. I bought some Duracells. I put those in. Only lasted me about 5 months. Not sure if that's common for these locks, but that is going through a decent amount of batteries. I've seen the 888. You can get about a year out of them. So it's going much faster than the 888 Kwikset that I've seen in the past. The other negative is it's black. That retains heat. Mine's on the front door, so it gets hit pretty hard with that sun. And not good for the kiddos when they touch it, and I've noticed that it runs just a tad bit slower than normal. So that's my review over the Kwikset Obsidian lock. Please leave comments, likes, subscribe to the channel. If you have any other questions, if you want to talk about it, please comment. Or if you want me to do a different video, please let me know and I'll give you my review.